Today I am discussing about 3D printed Flexi snake as you can see on the computer screen. When I was younger, I remember playing with a flexible wooden snake toy that you would hold by the tail and it would flow back and forth and have snake-like movements, and you are done have to do it is twist with the tail and with your wrist. I was recently thinking about the different architecture hinge methods people have tried with 3D printing and decided I wanted to try recreating this snake using 3D printing. This took a lot of trial and error, and there are different ways to approach it. My original goal was to make it entirely printable in PLA and make it to so you can just be it and with joints and with the intent being it is easy for anyone to make. While I did get this to work, it eventually broke and an additional test completely failed. I found the best way to realistically recreate it was the PLA and a hinge or just using TPU flexible filament. I feel the PLA plus give the most snake-like results. I'll share the outcome of the both and the flies and files you can try out. There are a lot of ways to approach and recreating this wooden snake toy. I hope you will share if you try this out or come up with your method. Step 1, Initial design. Just break it. As you can see on the computer screen, my original design consisting of big segments that were specified and spaced fairly far apart. This printed one piece is essentially broke and bent it in all the joints and is actually worked for a while. It was so proud until it broke into pieces. Eventually those bends just couldn't take going back and forth so much and it started to break apart. I thought it was a fluke and I could get to keep it working, but the next day and I was printed a silky copper when I went to bend at the joints. They just completely snapped apart right away. No bend at all, just a break. The video of the orange snake shows that I get to work quite well originally, but then with the silly copper, it just broke right away. Enter tool. I want on the tried this design with, and while it works it has to print it on the right side of the, since the sections were so far apart so you had to spot some to make it work. This seemed not ideal. I moved it on the doing smaller segments and very much closer so it's while overhang it wasn't much and you didn't need support between all the scenarios. Step 3, Design initial. I just wanted to share a look at where I started. The final design is made up of the same pieces. I spaced differently. The body of the snake is made up of half cylinders and the head of the enclosed sphere. The spine is rectangle and the tail is polarized. When I initially broke it, it was printed on its belly instead of a tail. I did an end with the thumb indent and then it can be good. I also cut off the belly a bit and to make sure it was enough to touching the build plate to help them with printing. Step 4, Tinkercad and design.